Good day, this is Janet Jordy at Global Inspiration, where you need to be seen, need to be heard, and be an inspiration to the world. We have a special guest this week. She's a dear friend of mine, and she created doors and walls. So the opportunities offered in front of her right now is because she furthered her studies. She went back to Drake University, and she is now a certified public manager. She is also the founder and currently the executive director of the Filipino-American Society in Iowa. And she's also one of the founding members and currently the treasurer of another nonprofit organization, the Filipino-Latino Coalition. She is a woman who has a very dynamic and outstanding leadership skills, and she is also passionate with volunteer spirit and a strong sense of community service. And the highlight of her journey is when she was awarded with a national, and when we say national, it's all over America, a Hall of Fame last year for the public service and community leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to have her this afternoon as a guest of Global Inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it is Luisita Dona Thompson. Thank you very much, Dana.
Hello, Janet. Thank you so much for such an amazing introduction. I hope everything is well. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. It's truly an honor. Hello to all the Global Inspiration fans. Wherever you are, I hope you are all staying safe. And you have not subscribed Global Inspiration, you are missing out. So you need to subscribe soon.
Exactly. Thank you. Subscribe to Global Inspiration.
Indeed.
So we will start with one question. The first initial question is, where are you from in the Philippines?
I am from Alaminos City, Pangasinan. That is about 45 hours away from Manila. Okay. So I speak a very fluent Ilocano.
Okay. So you are currently in Iowa. Can you please say what city?
Correct. So right now I live in Urbandale, Iowa.
Okay. So I also entered. So how long have you been here in United States?
So I've been in the US now for about 18 years.
Oh, that's cool. 18 years. I will be 20 years next month in July. I'm sorry, next year. So you've been in Iowa that long. And I understand you've also been to Hong Kong, China. How long have you been there?
So I was also in Hong Kong for a little over 5 years. Before I moved to the US, I was working in Hong Kong.
Okay. So I know you are an epitome of a strong woman. You have founded nonprofit organizations. You're all over the place. You have a fiancé and you went back to school. My question to you is, how do you manage your time?
I so appreciate those kind words, Janet. You know, there are so many people behind us that supports us.
Correct.
You know, there's no way I could have done this. There's no way I am where I'm at right now without support from family, good friends, and all that. But what I do most of the time is I prioritize, I plan ahead, I create a to-do list. I love my to-do list. So yeah, that's how I do it. And I really am so fortunate with all the opportunities and the support from my family.
That's how you prioritize time. Just like me, I have a lot of post-it notes because I have to remind myself, because even though you have a meeting at 8 o'clock, there's another meeting at 8:15 or 8:30. So you have to remind yourself that, oh, I only have 30 minutes to do this. You've been exposed young age at 15 to the political arena. I have watched your Facebook account, and you have photos of the projected President Biden and the projected Vice President Kamala. So at the young age of 15, you've been exposed to that as a chairman of the youth program. Can you tell more about that?
Sure. That's actually a little funny because you can relate to this. My family were very strict about my extracurricular activities back home. So in order for me to get out of the house, I want to get involved into something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me involved in doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it was the most rewarding experiences that I had. And now it's my absolute passion.
Good. Good to know that. And I know everybody knows that you founded and you are the executive director of the Filipino-American Society in Iowa. Can you share more about the mission and the projects that the nonprofit organization is doing right now?
Yes. Before I share that, I would like to have a little shout out to my Filipino American community,
Yes.
Filipino American Society team. They are doing an amazing job. And I'm so deeply proud, to each and every one of them for all the dedication, the commitment that they put in, including their family. They understood all the work that
Mhm.
they put in and things like that. But Filipino American Society is a nonprofit organization with a mission to integrate American heritage and culture while maintaining, preserving, promoting Filipino heritage. Our value statement is a Bayanihan spirit. We are
That's good.
committed to cooperation,
Mhm.
camaraderie, and the unselfish caring for others while working for the common good.
Okay.
So before the pandemic, we host multiple events all year round. And to just name a few, we have just recent, we had the Honoring the Veterans, we have Filipino Fiesta, Philippine Independence Day, annual picnics, things like that. We also have a scholarship program. So recently, during the pandemic, we shifted our focus on helping the greater community. So we partnered with another local nonprofit organization and we served over 400 meals to a low income and homeless people around the Des Moines area. And we also, it was just last month, we put together our own free meal drive through and partner with the local church where folks can drive through and pick up free foods.
That is good. That is good. The Filipino-American Society in Iowa. So do you accept membership outside of the state, or that is just solely for within Iowa?
Everyone is welcome.
So I am welcome. I can join the group.
Absolutely. We actually have our friends from Chicago, Ohio that are also associates, and we welcome everyone. Any nationalities, we welcome everyone.
That's good to know because I am very interested to join the the Filipino American Society in Iowa because we don't have that here in Madison. I am not sure if we have one in Wisconsin, and if we have one, I am not aware of it. I understand, Donna, that you are one of the founding members and currently the treasurer of one of the nonprofit organization again, the Asian Latino Coalition. Can you talk more about the nonprofit organization?
Sure. So the Asian and Latino Coalition, I was actually a former treasurer. So
Okay.
the Asian and Latino Coalition is a democratic Filipino. It's a PAC. So it's what is PAC? Political Action Committee.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
so used to using PAC, and then all of a sudden I forget the PAC.
That's
So
fine.
so that is founded in 2016.
Mhm.
It began with a phone call between myself, a
Mhm.
friend, and a community organizer discussing how we can advocate or marginalize communities such as Asian and Latinos. Initially, I was hesitant to get involved politically due to concerns with my role in the Filipino community. But then it occurred to me I could participate actively in both, since both groups ultimately wanted to serve the best interest of the Filipino community. Since
Correct.
founding, we hosted political candidates ranging from elections such as school board, city council, and all the way through the presidential candidates.
I understand you are very busy. You are also the retirement compliance officer of IPERS, and IPER stand for Iowa Public Employee Retirement, correct? So
Correct.
you are the retirement compliance officer there for 15 years. And when you last that long in one employer, you're loving your job. So can you mention at least two what you love most about your job?
Yes. What I love the most is is being able to help the employers in interpreting the IPERS rules and regulations, as well as assisting them in successfully completing their reports in a timely manner. I do love my job, the people I work with,
Mhm.
and the flexibility is truly important to me. My employer has been very supportive of me. Through them, I was able to complete the Certified Public Manager. The Greater Des Moines Institute Community Leadership that I currently am doing right now was also paid by my employer.
Okay, that's really good to know. I also understand that you are a beneficiary of the Greater Des Moines Leadership Program. There were a lot of applicants, but there were only few of you who made it. And I understand also that you were nominated by two community leaders. So out of the hundreds of nominations, there were only five, and you're one of the. I'm sorry, there were only 25, and you are one of them. Can you talk more about this program?
I am so honored and really deeply be appreciated being in this program. The Leadership Institute goals are to motivate participants to a higher level of community engagement,
Mhm.
as well as to ensure that Central Iowa has a strong flow of leadership well into the future. So this is a 9 months commitment. We started in August
Okay.
and the graduation is in May of 2021. I feel like being in this program for even a short time, I have already gained lifelong connections,
Okay.
have a better understanding of my community. I am more inspired and I'm taking new challenges.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Donna. And coming from the bottom of my heart, congratulations for making it to the top 25 people who
Thank,
are blessed and lucky to have or to be a beneficiary of that program. As I have said before, you are very aggressive. You are always on the go. You're all over the place. And you furthered your studies at Drake University. You are now a certified public manager. You also own a wedding and an event planner, and you received so many awards. And I would say that one of the milestone, the award that you received is the national award in 2019, the Hall of Fame by the Chicago Filipino Asian American group. Now, there's one person that inspires and supports you. That is your friend, say. The name is Lawrence McBurney. And you were supposed to get married in August. And because of COVID, it was rescheduled. I am so lucky to have Larry, and he will be joining us. Larry, can you join us? Are you there? Larry? Where's Larry?
he's coming.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Because I want you to say something to Larry. Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Thank you for wearing a barong. And Donna is wearing a Filipiniana. That is one of
Yeah.
best Filipino clothing that we have. So just like Donna, I've been told, Jeanette, your husband is just like a go to. No, they are stronger than us because they were able to support us. They're always there. They support and they inspire us. So I am asking Donna. Donna, can you say something to Larry about your relationship? How how he supports you?
Well, I'm gonna try not to have a teary eyes because every time I say something, I have a hard time completing my words, but I am a very lucky woman. I
Oh.
truly am. He is the most amazing man I've known. He is very loving, very smart, committed, and very passionate in helping our community. I actually remember when we first met, our date nights turns into volunteering somewhere. And we both enjoy doing those things. So we just really get along with a lot of things because we share the same beliefs in life, opinions not always, but most of the time. But we all have our own opinions, and we talk about it on the table, and it's okay to have a different opinions as long as
Exactly.
you have the respect and love for each other. I mean, we can accomplish anything. That applies to even people outside us, just like you and I. You may have
Mm-hmm.
different opinions, but
Correct.
that's okay. That does not make one of us a bad person.
Correct. Exactly. Exactly. So when I met Donna last year, she was saying, I have my boyfriend, I have my fiance with me, and when she mentioned that I have my fiance with me, it touches my heart. Like, oh my gosh, another very supportive partner, because we need a stronger person with us. So I am saying to you, Larry, you're so blessed. You're so lucky to have Donna. And my question is, what do you like most about Donna? I know you're getting married, but I know she's active in community services. But what is it that you really like about her?
Oh man, I could go on forever about what I love about her. Uh, just strong, passionate heart.
Mm-hmm.
From the moment I met her, it was always talking about what she could do to help serve other people and serve her community. One of the things that attracted me most to her during our first date was how much she talked about the Filipino community and how much it meant to her to be a part of that and to try to give back to it.
Yeah.
I've always been attracted to the selflessness of people in general, and to see somebody who is so selfless in her own right, giving back, I was awestruck from the first
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thank you, Larry, for accepting Filipinos. We might be loud, we laugh a lot, we are screaming, we're yelling, but we have the warmest heart of all. And we are very hospitable.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so besides loving Donna with all your heart, how could you support her in her future endeavors? I know she will continue doing community service, but how do you support her besides joining her in the interview and wearing barong?
Well, the biggest thing is communication. You
Correct.
have to understand and work together to understand to know what your next steps are going to be. Uh, when we talked about her joining the Des Moines Leadership Council for the leadership program, that was something that we discussed, and uh, really highlighting what are the benefits that she's going to take away from this. And that, I think that's what's the most important thing, is to be able to openly communicate with each other, to understand what is she going to gain out of it, what is it going to take from us as a family, and then what does she have to give as an individual.
Yeah.
And then once you've laid out everything and you know what your next steps forward are going to be, really that's the best way to be supportive, is to know what you're getting into.
Yeah. I see a lot of photos and you're always there to support her.
Oh yeah.
And doing this for the community service, people don't understand because it's very addicting. When they said, like, Janet, you need your help, I don't have money, like the flood in the Philippines, what do I need to do? So I sent them money, but people don't understand that when your heart belongs to community service, you are doing more than what they expect to do. And just a note, Donna, I know I see that Hall of Fame behind you. I have mine also in our living room. I'm so proud that I won of the awardee. So to Donna, this is my final question. Can you share any inspirational thoughts to our viewers?
Yes. So I always remember this quote from Dr. Benjamin Franklin. It's not always the role, but it is the goal.
Correct.
Well done is better than well said. I would like to say to everyone out there, don't be scared to try on new things. And it is okay to fail. I have failed many times,
Mm-hmm,
but I do not let that to stop me for trying it again.
mm-hmm,
So I encourage you to volunteer to your community,
mm-hmm.
and or to make a little donations to a nonprofit organizations out there. Take advantage for all the opportunities around you.
Okay.
Especially with the pandemic, we need one another. So let us lend our helping a hand to those in need.
Yeah. Thank you very much for saying that, Donna. Thank you for enjoining and encouraging the public, the Filipino and the Americans, to volunteer. There's a lot of people who are willing to volunteer, but they do not know how to do it. Even my husband, he told me before that he wants to do a volunteer, but he doesn't know how. If you are interested, or any one of you is interested to do volunteer work, approach me. And there are a lot of people who asked me before that, what am I supposed to do, Jeanette, that I want to volunteer regarding domestic abuse? And I told them that you need to be trained to be a volunteer. It depends on the requirements of the nonprofit organization. Again, Larry and Donna, thank you very much for your time, for joining us this afternoon. Again, this is Jeanette Jordy at Global Inspiration, where you need to be seen, need to be heard, and be an inspiration to the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you again for having me. I want to commend you, Janet, for all the hard work you do for our community. I am so happy and proud to be included at the Chicago Filipino Asian American Hall of Fame with you and many other amazing leaders out there. Global Inspiration, I am a huge fan. Thank you. Thank you. God bless and mabuhay.
Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you.